All right. Hello, TrustSwap community. Jeff Kerdakis, CEO here, coming to you for our very first cross company, cross product monthly update. So you've seen me multiple times before do updates myself solo, spanning across all the different products that we have. This month, we're going to start doing it differently, where we're going to give the floor to the team. TrustSwap has been growing exponentially and really deepening into our various products from team finance to Swappable to Launchpads and beyond. And what I want to do is give each of these product leads, product owners, the opportunity to showcase what they've been up to over the last month, what they have coming up for the month coming up, and what the long-term future has in store. There's a ton going on in TrustSwap. As you guys know, it's a completely diverse ecosystem. And so we want to take the opportunity to have these monthly update videos so that you can check in with all the products and topics, or you can use the YouTube scroll bar below where we're going to segment everything out product by product, and you can pick and choose your own adventure, what you want to check out. So without much further ado, we're going to jump in and allow each one of these product leads to guide you along the journey on what we've been up to and what is yet to come. All right, hope you guys enjoy.
All right, guys, welcome to the TrustSwap Creative Department update. I do apologize in advance if there is any background noise. I am in a co-working space at Salina, Tulum in Mexico. But I think it should be fine. I hope the audio clarity is good, and let's get right into it. So I'm Marty, Creative Director at TrustSwap, and I handle the oversight and coordination of anything that touches the front-end interfaces, the media design for social media and marketing, as well as any of the coordination for the WordPress websites with those developers, HTML, CSS developers, and WordPress developers. So let's get into it. This is the crypto app design system. Now this is called the Stratus design system, and we've developed this in order to work on the updates coming to the crypto app. The whole reskin of the entire app is going to be released very soon, within a matter of days now. So we're excited about that, and we're also excited about the new face of the crypto app. So this is a sneak peek of a website that is not supposed to be public, but if you're watching this, you deserve to get a glimpse into the future. So this is the new juicy, fruity, fresh new feel for the crypto app website. I won't do it all. I'll let you discover it on your own, and yeah, I'll move on. I won't go into too much detail in a lot of these things because this is not necessarily the recording for this. We do have a progress going on the team finance side. So this is active prototyping on team finance. As you can see, there's someone working in this right now. This is the current version of the site, which doesn't really highlight all of the products and services that are to be showcased with team finance. We have a monster service with $6.6 billion locked and $313 million of locked liquidity with over 20,000 projects. And so team finance definitely deserves love and attention, and we are giving it love and attention. So we're reskinning it, we're giving it a fresh new feel. This is not the final interface, but you can get a glimpse at kind of the upgrades that are coming here, and this will be reflected in not only the landing page but in the interfaces, as we're always actively optimizing our interfaces. We're always actively optimizing our processes and our teams, so that not only we're scaling the teams, but we're increasing the efficiency within the teams. And I will get to touch on that later when I get to this tab. So moving on to Swappable. Some of you who may land on Swappable.io know that it needs some attention, and so we're doing iteration, and we are giving it a fresh new face, similarly to the crypto app. Now the whole platform will get a refresh with with this one that I will get to in a moment. So bear with me. But we do have a live, kind of live on our side version of Swappable, which we'll be releasing within the next days or a week or two. And this will be used for some of the marketing events and general events that we have coming up for Swappable. So we're happy about that. It's been a long time coming, and we're finally getting there. Now, this is a notable mention, the TrustSwap.com Launchpads page. All of this information is currently hosted on the dashboard. Now, we want to give TrustSwap.org the most traffic that it can get, and so we're going to give it that SEO boost by bringing the Launchpads highlights or list page to TrustSwap.com instead of the dashboards. And then there'll be a Launchpad Insights page, which I won't get into right now, but you'll have easy access and anchor points to, tokenomics, the team, clicking on whatever you want to find out about the project that we're launching, and finding it out quickly and easily and intuitively. And intuitive is kind of a word that I might use often. We do strive to make our interfaces as intuitive as possible. I know it's not been the case necessarily for everything at all times for the whole history of TrustSwap, but we are getting to a point now where we have such a huge talented team who can put attention on these different UX optimizations and interface optimizations. So expect an increase in the quality and intuitiveness of all of our interfaces going forward. Now, the TrustSwap.com buy swap page is another notable mention. If you want to have easy access to all of the options for purchasing juicy swap, we do have a page for that. I don't know if we've marketed it that much. We just put it up here, and it's here. If you need it, it's here. Now, this is something I'm excited about. Some of the team members that we're looking at onboarding have special talents, and although I won't go into naming the people or the person that I am referring to here, this is an example of a 3D map of an application within Figma, a full-fledged interactive design system, which basically, in layman's terms, means that we're increasing the efficiency by which the developers can gain insights into the prototypes. So if you're a developer and you're working at TrustSwap, we want to make your life as easy as possible. And so the product design or the creative department with the product design side wants to do a lot of the heavy lifting in order for you to be able to develop quickly and efficiently. And developers' time is very valuable, and the higher efficiency that they can be, the faster we can deliver products to you. And this whole kind of operation structure goes, actually I have it here. It goes from business development to copywriting to SEO and systemic prototyping and development. And so if we can optimize all of those steps, then not only are we growing rapidly as a team and as a company, but we're also optimizing the processes by which we create products and services for you. So that's the goal. In the future, I expect us to be able to create and release products much more rapidly than we could in our first year. And not only do we want to perhaps branch into different products, but we want to be able to iterate on our current products and make them as good as they can be at the fastest pace of innovation as possible. So that's something we're actively striving towards. If you think that because it's a bearish phase that we are slowing down, you are badly mistaken. We are full force ahead. We are expanding quickly. And by the way, if you are a product designer, give me a shout out. I don't know if you can reach me on Twitter, but my Twitter is Martique ____. So you can see it here. Martique _ 3 times. Reach out to me or by email at martin@trustswap.org. And we are looking for 3 different product designers. If you have skill in Figma, and if you have skill in WordPress or HTML or CSS, reach out and definitely, we're looking for talent right now We're also looking for a media design lead, and we're looking for a UX researcher. So if any of those things kind of describe you, then reach out to me. And we're also expanding our media design teams, but that's another thing. So yeah, I can't really click on this last tab because it's our internal Asana operations boards, but it basically touches on the last point that I made. There are a couple of things that I could have shown in there that show that we're increasing the efficiency by optimizing our templates and processes, but I don't think I can really click into that right now. So that'll be it for me. That's my update. Feel free to DM me on Twitter or reach out to me by email, and we'll talk soon, I guess. See ya.
Hi, I'm Nick. I joined TrustSwap a bit more than a month ago. I have a background in strategy consulting and joined together with my friend and colleague Feng. I've now the responsibility to even further enhance the value proposition of the crypto app. I believe we have a very strong foundation to start with. We have more than 3.9 million users across the globe, and I'm really excited to tell you a bit more about what our plan is. I want to use the video today to give you an overview what we have been working on during the past weeks and to give you a bit of an outlook. When I started the new role, I first wanted to understand who are our users and what are they looking for, what kind of new features, functionalities would they like us to introduce to the crypto app, and that's why we conducted a survey. And I would like to share some of the insights that we've received through that survey. So almost 1,700 people participated in it, and more than 84% of these said that they would rate their level of experience in crypto in the beginner or intermediate level. And that's very important for us to decide what kind of new services we want to bring to the crypto app going forward. Most of the users said that they are particularly interested in long-term crypto investing. They want to learn about trends, the blockchain technology itself, and everything that equips them to take good investment decisions. And most of them are not so much interested in trading. YouTube is by far the most important channel for our users, and we've heard you. We promise we're going to use YouTube a lot more in the future. One question which was, of course, of particular importance was we asked what new features, functionalities would you like us to introduce to the crypto app? And by far the two most popular answers were that our users want to have a trade and an earn function. The third answer was that they also would like to be able to track their NFTs. So this is also something we are currently thinking about, but we've already started to work on this trade and the earn feature. A bit more about that just in a minute. Now, that survey was very important for us because it very clearly showed us what we need to focus on in the near future, but we also wanted to understand what else can we offer in the long run to our customers. And that's why we analyzed more than 50 companies in the crypto space, but also traditional financial services firms. How can we differentiate in the market, but also what can we learn from these players? And how can we, in the end, create a platform that integrates all these amazing features and brings all of that value to our customer base. We have defined quite a long list of things that we want to do with the crypto app. I don't want to go into all the details during the video today, but rest assured there are gonna be more updates on that topic in due time. I already mentioned that we have started to work to identify a strategic partner that will be able to offer a trade and earn function to our customers going forward. And in that context, we have spoken to 9 well-established firms, and they have shown interest. What we want to make sure is that we don't only provide attractive trading conditions and great APYs to you, but we also want to make sure that all the services are secure, insured, and that we bring the best customer experience. And that's why we are currently going through an in-depth due diligence process to make sure that we bring the best offering in the market to the crypto app. In addition to that, we are also currently working on partnerships with news players, with news platforms. The news section is actually one of the most popular ones in the crypto app, and that's why we also want to bring more value to that section. First of all, we want to make sure that we only bring the very best content to that section. And at the same time, we're also thinking about introducing new stuff like, for example, learning opportunities for our users. That's why we have already entered into test three test collaborations with news platforms. 3 other deals are lined up. So there's gonna be a bit of change also on the news platform side, and I think great stuff coming up. One thing, of course, we are all very much looking forward to, as you might have already heard, there is going to be a new design of the crypto app that comes out during this month. The design is almost done. We're currently going through 4 different test phases, including our quality assurance team. We're working with specialists who are doing the testing. We're doing a bug bounty program. And then very soon we want to introduce a public beta testing. So we would be really excited to get your feedback. Tell us, what do you like about the new design? Where can we further enhance? I really hope you're gonna love the new design. So this is something coming up in the next weeks. Then, of course, we need to make all that change happen, and that's why we are intending to significantly grow our team. We've already hired a really cool new colleague who is supporting us as a business development analyst. Then at the same time, we are currently looking for a marketing lead for the crypto app. So this number of 3.9 million users has been achieved with very little marketing effort. But we also realize that if we want to bring all this amazing added value to the crypto app, it's also important to step up our marketing game. So we are looking for the marketing lead. We've received in less than 3 days more than 150 applications for that role. So currently we are speaking to these people, but I'm very positive that we will have a strong candidate who's gonna lead all the marketing efforts for the crypto app going forward. So just to wrap up, what are the key focus areas for us over the next month to come? First of all, we want to drive forward the strategic partnerships. On one side, we want to have 3 to 4 signed partnership contracts with leading news platforms. At the same time, we want to drive forward the evaluation process of our trade and earn partners, and already started to design the future customer journey. And we are also exploring other partnership opportunities, for example, in the NFT or in the learning space. Then second of all, I already mentioned that we will launch the reskin during the next month for sure. Currently going through the last testing steps before we can reveal that to you. And the third thing is we want to activate our marketing plan. First of all, we're going to focus on user acquisition through targeted marketing campaigns. But even more important, we want to further enhance also our customer loyalty and the communication with our community. So there are going to be more surveys coming up. There are going to be more things how we get into interaction with you to make sure that you get everything through the crypto app that you need in order to be well set up in the crypto space. And we're gonna provide only high quality content to you. So stay tuned and speak soon. Bye.
Dear TrustSwap community, here's Ivan Raif, the CTO of TrustSwap, and today I want to show you what we did in Q1 and what we're planning to do in Q2. So let's just start with Launchpads and with the dashboard. Like Jeff mentioned, we want to simplify the Launchpad process, and in order to do that, we introduced profiles. You can access them on the left side in the menu, and in order to actually see your allocations and your token balances, you have to sign a message. And this message is actually just being used in order to encrypt the entire process of us accessing the backend and the KYC provider and so on. Alongside seeing all your token allocations and being claimable across all the blockchains, you can also now see your USDT and USDC balance accumulated across all the blockchains. And you can also top it up via buy now button on the right side with Transact via credit card or a bank transfer. You will probably already see that we introduced a simplified KYC process that now you can just do once, and it marks your profile as verified. And by doing that, you can now participate in all the future launchpads and without doing like a KYC per launchpad, which was really painful for us and for you as well. On the left side in the menu, you will be able to see one more new feature, and it's called a barter contract. If you are like me, a long-term staker and long-term holder of swap, and you like to dollar cost average, barter contract is a perfect way of having a really nice average price of swap. So go ahead there and check. We are actually offering discounted swap, which can then be locked for a certain period of time, either a week or two or a month. But basically, you get a spot price reduced by a lot, and if you're just accumulating, it's just a no-brainer to buy it there. Why we introduced the profiles and the launchpad process and so on? We basically want to make the entire dashboard a one-stop IDO investment platform where you will be able to see all your investments. You will be able to see which projects you invested, when, what was the ROI on this, what was the performance, and what is the future projected performance. On top of that, to make this really nice, we are introducing subscriptions. So finally, everybody are going to be participating in a fully automated way without worrying of missing the next 10 or 20x. We know that everybody has 9-to-5 jobs, kids to take care of, and so on. So basically, we want to make the entire process super simple and fully automatic. How is this going to work? Is that basically you would allocate a certain amount of USDT that you want to invest with us, and you would do that by transferring that amount to our escrow contract. It's much simpler than it sounds. It's just clicking one button. And from that amount, it would be your hot balance in our escrow contract. And from that balance, we would automatically deduct all the allocations that you received in the future. And the allocations itself are going to also be calculated automatically and handled on our side. So you can just allocate the amount that you want to invest per year, sit back and just enjoy and look at your investment portfolio grow. One last thing that we are introducing on the dashboard is the long-term staking pool. This staking pool is going to be replacing the current one. And if you ask me, it's technically much more advanced than the current one, and it's going to allow people to customize their staking by providing the time variable and also the amount variable. And by doing that, you will have an exponential curve where you can actually see your future gains or projected gains and your future allocation level. I think it makes the entire process super simple for everybody, for you and for us. And of course, all the stakers are going to be handsomely rewarded for this, because we plan to reward you with the ecosystem rewards and with all the rewards that we have going on. I would like to mention team finance as the main focus here of this entire presentation, because this was the main focus for us in Q1, and it remains the main focus for us in Q2. As you probably know, team finance is the #1 leading product in vesting and token lock services, and we want to keep it like that. So in order to do it, we are investing a lot in SEO optimization to target those specific words and to make all the projects that are actually also locked with us visible on Google. And in order to do that, we migrated the entire platform to Next.js, which in a technical term is generating sites on the server side, and it just makes it nice and friendly for all the search engines, for Bing, for Google, for Yahoo, and so on. There is one more feature that we introduced on Team Finance, and this is Uniswap version 3 locks. I think this is the only service that offers such locks, and we are definitely trying to be on the bleeding edge of all the features and all the technology that is currently popping up on daily basis. We currently offer Uniswap version 3 locks on Polygon, and the reasoning for that is simple. We want to see first that everything is safe and stable for all the locks on Polygon, and after that is done, we would obviously migrate the same code to Ethereum and to Binance Smart Chain and enable those locks for everybody. And since we are all already offering Uniswap version 3 locks, which are NFT based, it was just a no-brainer to enable the NFT locks for everybody. If you ask me, I sold my first CryptoPunk way too early. If we had an NFT lock then, and if I had locked it then, today I would definitely have a much higher return on that one, and I would be also able to get some airdrops on top of that. So I think it's a really nice and a no-brainer feature to add. On top of that, we are also adding Haken integration, and this is Haken is a auditing company that specializes in Solidity, and basically we have a partnership with them in a way that anybody who comes through our site, they will give you a discount on your audit, and you will also get priority audit. So if you're a project looking to lock with Team Finance, this is definitely something that I would look into it. Going forward, we also want to expand the entire project offering and project profiles on Team Finance. And by doing that, we want to offer staking as a service, which is going to be at start one-sided, which means that if your project is locking a certain token, the same token can be rewarded in a staking farm. Those staking farms are going to be in a form of a widget on your profile. And since we already know that you're locking a liquidity, we already know the liquidity pool addresses, so we're also going to be offering liquidity pool setups for your projects. I think this is more oriented on the actual new projects and on building and growing your project. So I think it's a perfect way and a perfect one-stop solution for everything. And in order to make this even better, we are also going to be offering quick trades. And this is basically something similar to 1inch. We are going to offer you the best rate across all the dexes to buy and trade your token. So if you're a project creator and you locked your tokens with us, you can now create a farm, you can now create staking, and for low or no cost. And in order to make everything nice, we are also improving our analytics with multiple integrations like CoinGecko and the CoinMarketCap. And we are also introducing our own security score, which is based on our predetermined security criteria. And it's going to make everything a bit more rounded, and everything's going to be fitting in the project profiles that we want to work on. Obviously, we would all agree that Team Finance needs a bit of a facelift, so we are going to focus on this as well. Moving on to Swappable. We've been having some platform instability issues lately, so we completely improved on this. We moved the platform completely to Google Cloud Services, and on top of that, we introduced split payments. Split payments is maybe not something that you as a buyer would like to know about, but for our artists that are working with us, they can now split the rewards among multiple artists in a gallery or multiple artists in a team. On top of that, to make everything super simple, we are also offering fiat integrations to buy NFTs directly with a credit card or bank transfer. In the future, we are working into creating an INO process, which is going to be fully automated, the same as our Launchpad is. So we want to offer the same easy way of investing into NFTs as it was so far in Launchpads. And you will also be able to see those investments in your investment profile on the dashboard. The INO process is going to be really similar to Launchpad. Like I said, it's going to be a 1 or 2 step process, but I'm sure that Howard is going to be able to tell you more. Obviously, to keep up with design changes and to be up to date with all the latest designs, we will be redesigning Swappable as well, or mainly the landing page. And this is something that Marty will mention more. In order to make those front-end changes, to make those integrations possible, we need more people. So we are looking for a senior front-end engineer. If you're really good with any of whatever JS endings is, please contact me and I would be happy to have a talk with you. In addition to a senior front-end engineer, we need one QA engineer, but with a focus on blockchain. And so you're not going to be working on only on like unit tests or integrations tests. You have to understand the blockchain. You have to understand and debug a blockchain transaction. And if you can do that, if you know why this blockchain transaction failed and how to repeat the process, please contact me on my email or my Twitter, and I will be happy to have a quick chat with you, and yeah, um, maybe get you on board. That was all from me. Thank you everybody for listening me, and have a really nice rest of the day. Bye bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Sandeep and I'm the director of Launchpads at TrustSwap. To give you a brief introduction about myself, I have been in the crypto space right from the middle of 2017 and I have been with TrustSwap right from day one. I started out as a moderator for TrustSwap and then I worked on the initial white paper as well and slowly transitioned into helping on the back-end logistics and operations. And then once we started the launchpad side of things, I started coordinating and managing the launchpads. So over the last 18 months, we actually launched more than 35 different projects, raising more than $35 million for all these projects. So in this presentation, I will be covering a few things about what's our strategy going forward into Q2 of this year. So let's get started here. So the initial idea for Q2 of this year is that we prioritize incubating projects over launching flash launches and other projects via flash launches and launchpads. And one of the primary reasons for this is given the volatile situations in the market and you know what's happening around in the world. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to spend more time and incubate top quality projects and launch them. So this way, we also have more control into what sort of projects are being launched on TrustWeb, right from the tokenomics, website, white paper, the team who's actually working on the projects and things of that nature. So in the past, we have dealt with few projects who just stopped listening to our suggestions after the launch. So incubating projects is a good way for us to help the projects in the long term, even after the launch. So we are prioritizing the launch of incubator projects over flash launches, for example. And one thing to keep in mind is that these incubation projects take a lot more time and resources in terms of getting them to the point where we will be comfortable to launch the project. So, for example, the usual timeline for an incubator project is between 2 to 4 months, depending on the scale of the project. for the last 2 months, we have actually been working on one big giant project, which again we cannot reveal any information about it at this moment, just because it has very big names associated with it at this moment, uh, associated with it, and we cannot reveal anything until everything is fully finalized and uh, yeah, ready for public announcement. So our our plan is to have at least 3 projects in the next 3 months, and have about 5 or 6 is the maximum, but I don't think we will hit 6. But anywhere between 3 to 5 top quality incubator projects in the next 3 months. That's our target, and we already have one incubator project lined up for the first part of April. So yeah, that will be our next big launch pad, and that would be in Q2 in April. And by the way, we also have uh, a flash launch towards the end of this month, which is March. So that would still be in Q1. But we are talking about Q2 of this year. And the focus areas for our incubation projects include the theme of sustainability, the metaverse ecosystem, something that actually has real use case in the world. So, for example, you know what? I won't reveal too much information about the project that we are incubating at this moment. It's super big, and we believe that P2E gaming, the play to earn ecosystem gaming concept, has come to a saturation point in terms of innovation. But we are looking at incubating a potential project that is looking to spearhead innovation in the area of P2E gaming. We are in discussions with them, and we are so the process is the project is at a stage where we will have a meeting with the project in the next week, in the next couple of days actually, and plan the things needed to incubate the project. And one thing to keep in mind is we already have one that is going to be launched in early part of April. We have a huge project that's been in the works for the last 2 months. We have at least 2 other projects that we are talking to, which includes this P2E gaming, and we do have some potential layer 1 and layer 2 protocols in the pipeline and discussion as well. So yeah, we are trying to go for these top quality projects, and we are going for the quality over the quantity at this moment. So this is basically the strategy for our Q2 of this year. Coming to the user experience point of view, what we are trying to do is we are trying to improve the Launchpad participation process. So as you can imagine, like most of the other Launchpads have a better dashboard and better process for Launchpad participation. And this has been something that wasn't our primary focus over the last 1.5 years. But coming to Q2, we are going to make some changes that will drastically improve the Launchpad participation process on the whole. So right now, most of it is super manual, and both the participation of the users is super manual compared to other Launchpads, and even from an administrative point of view, it's like uh, it's manually done right now. So basically, I send out the dashboard messages to all the participants and things of that nature. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to use Web3 smart contracts basically to we are trying to use smart contracts where people can send funds directly, and we are also looking to implement a mechanism which allows users to contribute funds. So they pre-authorize funds that they would like to invest in a specific project, and when the time is right for people to send funds, the smart contract would be able to automatically take the funds and move them over to the receiving wallet. So that's the idea, and we are looking into implementing this. And of course, this needs to be audited as well. So it's not a simple 1 2 day process, but it may take few weeks. But we are trying to improve the whole experience for our community. So that's our priority right now. And coming to the marketing related efforts in Q2, we have recently hired a new Launchpad marketing manager, and I believe the details about this will be out in the coming week. And the reason is simple, like we are focusing on incubating uh, more projects in this coming quarter, and the marketing needed to actually help these projects is going to be on a totally different level. Like we need to ramp up our KOL and influencer marketing efforts. We need to ramp up our PR marketing as well. In the previous quarter, we tried different things, and the results were not super satisfactory. And this is partially due to the market conditions as well. But the agencies that we work with are not up to the mark. So which is why we are planning to do it more in house and trying to support our launchpad projects more in the coming quarter. And our previous marketing manager Onura has been promoted to the level of CMO, which left a void in our launchpad marketing division, which is why we hired an able person to work on this. So more details will be revealed later. And one of the plans for Q2, and this is something which I plan to start small right now, but the plan is to expand on this later. The idea is that we select a small subset of our past launchpads that are very close to having a product, for example, and then we help them with our marketing support. So we basically use TrustSwap's resources to market and amplify these projects. So we are not going to reveal any names right now about which project TrustSwap is going to amplify, but we are definitely going to work with a few of the past launchpads and work on those. So yeah, please look forward to that. And with all these marketing efforts, we are also we have actually improved our influencer and KOL support along with traditional PR marketing over the last few months. So all the results of this can be seen in the coming months, in the coming quarter, once we utilize all of them for our incubator projects. And once the crypto app is also the crypto app is also going to play a massive role in terms of marketing in the coming quarter, in the coming months. So all these things will be super helpful to our projects. And yeah, I mean the outlook for quarter 2 is looking really good with a lot of things happening on the launchpad side of things, especially with the incubator projects. And then we also will be supporting a lot of initial NFT offerings in coordination with Swappable as well. So there's it's going to be busy at TrustSwap in terms of the launchpad side. And yeah, if you have any questions, please DM me on Telegram, or you can ping me in the Telegram in the TrustSwap launchpad group as well. I'll make sure to stop there and answer any of your questions. So thank you.
Hi, I am Howard and I am the product manager for Swappable. I've been working in the crypto space for a while now, and I was working for another NFT marketplace before I joined the TrustSwap team last year. Today, I am going to go over a few updates to give you a little more insight into what we're working on, as well as what we've achieved and our upcoming plans. So let's jump right in. Let's start by covering a few of our achievements. Firstly, I want to talk about how our community is growing. we recently onboarded a social media manager, and he is working hard on building up our audience to create a valued NFT community, excited and hyped for our INOs and drops. We're kind of now in that exciting stage of growing that audience, where we have the snowball effect with many people joining our community, so our Twitter and our Discord on a daily basis. For the community, we made the decision recently that we're going to slow the brakes on Telegram, and that it will soon turn into an announcement channel, and we will focus more on the growth of Discord. This was a decision given that the home of the NFT community online is in Discord, just generally coming down to the easier to have discussions with the channel structure in there. We now have a community of near 3,000 members, and we're seeing some really nice engagement and discussions. So if you're interested in NFTs, then come over and talk to us, or if you want to find out more, then come and join the Swappable community. On our Twitter, we've been putting out a whole load of new content, so we're sending out posts multiple times per day, and we're seeing some nice engagement there. And we are seeing a good steady growth to the followers. Tracking the metrics, I think we're at something like approximately 10% week on week at the moment. As we have been working on this, we've been working on trying to get Facebook Meta approved. You might be asking why this is something to talk about, because you see a lot of crypto advertisers on Facebook and on Instagram, but we are now officially approved by them, which basically means that where others will list on there and then get pulled within a short amount of time, we have their full permission to use the full range of targeting options and to run ads properly, which is impressive because there's only a small number of crypto companies that have managed to secure this. So yeah, this is something that is going to be a bit of a game changer when we come up to marketing our next drops and INOs. What we have next is I want to talk about how we are dropping the world's first digital sneakers. If you haven't seen our NTR1 meta drop, then you're going to be pretty hyped by this, but we are dropping the world's first Italian-made leather sneakers that you can wear in the metaverse, or you can have the option to burn that NFT to wear in real life. I'm calling it phygital. It's a term you're either going to love or hate, but basically it's about crossing the boundaries of physical and digital, merging it together. Let me run you through the landing page for that quickly without using up too much time. This is a landing page which you'll see the URL there, ntr1meta.com, so go check that out after this video. And what we have done is we have partnered up with 23 of the TrustSwap Launchpads to create their own custom branded NTR1 Meta sneakers. So here you can see it's a partnership between Swappable, another one who go check them out too, and TrustSwap. As I scroll down, you can see that the minting of the sneakers is live. We have a load of videos. You can check out the sneakers themselves. You can read about the story and the inspiration from the chameleon being the main character behind it. And yeah, the production of it. You can check out some Instagram filters for it, and you can see all of the different partners involved in promoting it. Which, yeah, you can see there's a lot of them, and they are all hyped for it, and if you check out their channels, you will see them talking about it too. But yeah, coming back to this, one thing actually, this I thought you guys would think was cool. We, as part of the marketing for it, we decided to take over to put a billboard on Times Square. So you can see that here, TrustSwap, Swappable, NTR1 Metas had a huge presence here. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, coming back to this, following on the same kind of route, talking about this drop, the next big announcement is that we have partnered with the Central Land for Fashion Week. This is pretty epic news as we're about to showcase Swappable and NTR1 Meta TrustSwap alongside a range of leading brands, with the main partner being Vogue. There's a whole lot of other brands I'm sure you heard of, but I'll leave you to go away and check them out. But yeah, Fashion Week kicks off this week and it's going to be a lot of hype, so if you haven't checked out the TrustSwap headquarters in the metaverse, then you now have no excuse. And the next thing I want to talk about is that we are about to go live with Art Meta and the Night Gallery at NFT LA. I'm sure you're familiar with Art Meta. We had them on the TrustSwap Launchpads, and you probably are familiar with Night Gallery as well because we had the crossover drop with them before, which sold out in minutes and was hugely successful. But yeah, we have a live event with them as a side event of NFT LA, going live in just over 1 week from now. So yeah, follow for updates and you'll see some NFTs dropping on Swappable around that. Moving on, I want to talk about a few lessons that we've learnt in the space the last quarter. We have learnt the NFT space is evolving. I'm sure you're all aware. The NFT space is hot. We're kind of past that NFT mania. Around projects now need to be focused around real use cases to push boundaries and give utilities to the NFTs, whether it's staking as rewards, digital or physical utilities. So we have decided to carry on our trajectory of offering really curated, hottest drops from projects that really push boundaries, such as the sneakers that I was just talking about. Which also brings me on to, we learnt that the entry barrier to the NFT space is extremely high, so we need to work on making NFTs more accessible. Everybody now kind of knows about NFTs, but one of the things we've really learnt is how early we are to this technology in terms of wanting to onboard new users to the space. There really is a knowledge gap in how to actually get these people involved and how they can buy an NFT, from just setting up a MetaMask wallet to getting funds in their wallet to how to using a platform. So one of the things that we have just started working on here to combat this lesson is we are working on a whole new section of the site with a lot of tutorials and videos to help users to onboard and get used to using the platform and understanding what exactly they're doing. I think this is going to be a bit of a game changer for Swappable, especially because we have some drops coming up with, you might remember the Titanic, but yeah, we expect some announcements for that around early Q2. So we're going to have a lot of visibility, a lot of news on the platform. So we're going to work on reducing that entry barrier. And the next lesson to talk about is there is great scope for INOs. INOs, initial NFT offerings, are kind of the equivalent of Launchpads for the NFT space. What we learned here was that it's kind of a relatively new concept and it's something that others are not offering, and where the entry barrier is kind of reduced for entering into an INO, it will, and we already have a lot of processes that we put through for the TrustSwap Launchpads. We can kind of replicate that hugely successful model, move it over to NFTs, and create a repeatable process that we can, really grow, and we can put ourselves ahead of other competitors in the space right now. And moving on to our goals for Q2. I'm hoping that now, after everything I've discussed, you'll see the logic for these. We are going to focus on INOs, so we will pivot. So INOs will be quite a prominent focus of Q2. As I was just talking about, one of them, which I cannot say the name right now, but is a very large. They have a very large celebrity on board who is going to be, who's actually a member of the team, and the INO is basically going to go viral, and it's going to bring a lot of eyes to Swappable, and then to participate in that INO going through the TrustSwap dashboard. And with these plans to grow and to build up on the number of INOs that we have coming up in drops, we are going to need to scale up the team. As we look to grow, we are bringing on board various roles. At the moment, we're just kind of working out the heads that we need and how to grow this at a sensible and rapid rate. So if you're actually looking for NFT, for work in the NFT space, then yeah, just hit me up in the Swappable Discord. With the growth of Swappable, we are now at the stage where we want to roll out the new website. This is something we've been working on for a little while now, and we have fully redesigned the Swappable website. I know our creative director, who's also, he's going to be talking about this today, so I'll leave him to share some more images about that and to give you the preview. But yeah, I'm super hyped for this. Basically, we've been working because we're NFTs, art on the blockchain. We want to create a website that is really an artistic piece of work itself. But yeah, this is going to be super exciting. We are going to work on onboarding new users. So as I was saying, we're going to get a lot of new people coming Swappable way. So we're going to be working on revamping the help section for email onboarding journeys, more tutorials and guides. We're going to work on incentivizing the community to help new users, to help them get set up. And we're going to really work on helping people come to the platform, feel comfortable to use it and to be successful in purchasing NFTs. Because once they're comfortable in purchasing NFTs, they're going to ultimately move on to the rest of our products. And the last thing on the list is we are going to begin the growth of our B2B NFT products. We have essentially been building a whole suite of NFT tools that we can now wrap up into products and begin to look at offering to others. So, for example, I'm sure you're familiar with Team Finance. This is days away from having NFT staking made possible inside of it. So we're currently working on a Swappable NFT lock interface for NFT projects to lock away their NFTs in the same way as the crypto projects would. We've also built a standalone mint page as well as a standalone mystery box unlocking page. So we will soon be able to offer these two as new products. But yeah, I think this is going to be an extremely exciting thing because we can kind of scale up quite rapidly, offering all these different tools that we have built in a similar sense to the rest of how TrustSwap has been scaling up. But yeah, that's it for that. Those are our goals for Q2. We have a lot more exciting things, but I'll leave it there for now. So that's it for this quick update. Stay tuned, and I hope to see you in the Swappable community very soon. Goodbye.
Hello, TrustSwap community. My name is Honora Amobi, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for TrustSwap. And I'd like to go over a few marketing updates for Q1 and Q2 of 2022. So I'm excited. Let's kick this off. So we had quite a few marketing achievements this quarter. The first one was we landed a major metaverse client for the TrustSwap Launchpads. And I think the community is going to be very excited by this client. I can't say too much about it, obviously, but it's a pretty substantial metaverse with pretty unique utility on day one. So I've already said too much, but we're excited about this one. When we got that client, it was pretty exciting because that led to introductions and discussions about crypto solutions with a Fortune 500 company. So TrustSwap is doing quite a lot in the crypto mass market space, so I'm excited, and you'll start to see a lot of that coming soon. We also made some strides in the area of hiring. So we hired 3 resources, an NFT support resource for our NFT interface. We hired a senior copywriter, and we also hired a Launchpad marketing manager to help manage our Launchpads. And excited to have them all. They're doing a great job already, so stay tuned for more about hiring in the next update. We successfully supported multiple launches, both in the traditional Launchpad space and in the NFT space. And here's the cool part. We actually did this with the same staff we use for Launchpads. So as we're getting more projects, as we're starting to get more NFT projects, we're hiring a lot more. I'll speak about that a little bit later, but we actually did a pretty good job supporting these projects in Q1, so that worked really well. In the advertising space, we actually established a relationship with Facebook for crypto and NFT marketing campaigns. And my understanding is that there are not a lot of crypto companies in that arena, so we chalked that up as a pretty big win, and a shout out to Brett, our social media manager, for that. So we're going to be experimenting more with Facebook and Facebook ads in the crypto and NFT space. Yeah, we continue to look deeply into our social media statistics. We love the TrustSwap community. We monitor social media on all the different channels, and but now we're taking a deeper look into where our traffic's coming from, the type of traffic, the type of topics, what's trending in crypto, etc. So we're starting to get deeper into that, and our reporting is becoming a lot more comprehensive and complex in that regard. Now, the TrustSwap Launchpad is a very unique launchpad. One of the things that differentiates our launchpad from other launchpads out there is we work deeply with our clients. We care deeply with our clients. We have some pretty incredible 24/7 support, and we also do non-traditional things like support our clients when they have launchpads, other launches as well. So we actually we provided extended launchpad support for the Art Meta project in January for their Poker Starter launch, which went pretty well. So that was part of what we did in 2022 in Q1. And we finalized our sports sponsorship strategy. So we're in discussions with quite a few interesting teams. And who do you sponsor? How much do you pay? When does it make sense? What's the ROI, etc. We had a lot of robust conversations about that, and we've landed in a pretty fantastic place. So I'm excited about where we ended up in. So we have a pretty sophisticated sports sponsorship strategy right now. And we actually made a lot of progress, tying back to the earlier topic, in increasing our social media engagement for the TrustSwap and the Swappable verticals, our business units. We've seen a substantial increase in social media joins and visits and mentions, etc. And a lot of our posts have gotten a lot of engagement, so we're pretty happy in that regard. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the lessons we learned, because we did learn a lot of lessons in Q1. Like I said before, we had newer NFT launches, so we're learning to optimize our resource mix to support both NFT and standard launchpads. The Swappable vertical has grown, and we obviously need more resources, and we're hiring like crazy. So reach out to us if you're looking for an incredible opportunity in crypto. But we're working on finding the mix that works for both of our launchpads, the NFT launchpad and the traditional crypto launchpad as well. We have been, and I have been, evaluating a lot of marketing and PR agencies. It may not be clear to a lot of people, but a lot of companies have marketing experience and PR experience, but no crypto experience. And a lot of crypto companies have a lot of crypto experience, but no marketing experience. So it's been quite the challenge finding the right agencies that have a combination of crypto experience and deep digital marketing or PR experience at the same time. I think we've ended up in a good place. We have quite a few agencies that I'm talking to, and we're making progress there. But it's been an interesting journey to get there. This has been an interesting one. Marketing recruiting has been more challenging. Yes, finding resources across the board, whether it's marketing or sales or biz dev or a graphics department, the economy has been pretty strong globally, and finding good people has been more challenging than we anticipated, but we continue to work through that, and we're pretty excited. Quick note here, one of the things that differentiates our company as well is we hire for a cultural fit, not just for crypto experience. You can learn crypto experience, but it's harder to learn a fit. So we're very, very, very happy with the people we hire. They become part of the TrustSwap family, and we've had pretty good experiences with our new hires, and we'll continue to make progress in that regard. Email optimization. Yeah, this is the big one. So we continue to make progress there. One of the things we're working on doing a better job with is optimizing our lists for each business unit or vertical. As you may know, TrustSwap is growing pretty quickly. So we've had a bunch of verticals spring out of nowhere, and we're creating email lists and segmenting and using the right channels and finding the right brand voice and tone. But that's something we're working really heavily on. The other thing is we are in the process of switching from one email marketing platform to another. So that was something we had to figure out in the first quarter. We've made substantial business development progress. I think the TrustSwap community would be, I wouldn't say shocked, but you'd be excited by the amount of large brands who've reached out to us, and the amount of opportunities we're fielding in multiple arenas, multiple verticals. And we're definitely in the process of bringing crypto to the world. There are going to be a few updates coming soon. So very excited. We've made a substantial amount of business development progress. What we learned from this is big deals take a lot of time and resources. So it's one thing to get the business, it's the other thing to execute, and we're executing on a bunch of those. So, but that was one of the things we dealt with in Q1, and one of the lessons learned in terms of balancing our resources efficiently. So that happened. And then one of the things we've gotten feedback about is optimizing our Launchpad calendar. We hear you, and we're working on making sure we create a more predictable schedule for our community, whether it's for conventional Launchpads or flash launches or incubations, or whether it's for the NFT launches. We are definitely in the process of making sure the community has a more predictable calendar, whether it's a bear market or a bull market. And that's one of the things. We got your feedback loud and clear. We're working on it. Okay, so what's our strategy going forward for Q2? Just a few bullet points about that. So we hired a new Launchpad marketing manager, and he's going to be going through training to help manage the Launchpad process. We're expanding our marketing focus to the crypto app and team finance. We've worked on Swappable a lot. We've worked on the Launchpads a lot, our liquidity management solutions, and a lot of business development. And we're going to be hiring more people and working on the crypto app. And speaking of the crypto app, there are a lot of exciting things coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned there. But the crypto app and team finance are going to get a lot more marketing love from us in the next quarter. We are refining and optimizing the Launchpad strategy for NFTs. We're doing something very unique. We have a lot of very interesting, and we're doing something unique in the NFT space. I think it's a really great story. And we're taking the time to make sure that we optimize that strategy so we can provide value to the Swappable community and the TrustSwap community. So look out for Swappable drops coming soon. We have some interesting ones. Very huge drop coming, but I can't say too much about that either. So we're optimizing that strategy. We are, like I said, looking for the right strategic partner from a marketing and PR perspective. So I'm in the process of working to identify and onboard or the right agency within the next quarter. So that's something that's happening. And then, like I said, we're optimizing. We plan to optimize the email lists, integrate the new email platform. There's a lot of good stuff happening with the crypto app, and you're going to be hearing about that soon. We're rolling out some marketing updates. We're very, very excited. I'm not going to talk about that here, but we're very, very excited about the updates that are being made and the strides being made with the crypto app. So look out for those coming soon. We are going to start running extensive LinkedIn and Facebook experiments, and we're going to be refining, doing the analytics and learning from the metrics. That's something we're kicking off this quarter. And this is a big one that's near and dear to my heart because I love the TrustSwap community. I've heard from a lot of you guys, and we're going to be running more promotions and competitions for the community. My job is to make it fun. We're doing a lot of cool stuff with crypto, but I want to make sure we continue to reward the most loyal crypto community in the space. We love the TrustSwap crypto community, and we're going to have a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline. So please stay tuned and watch our Telegram channels and Twitter. We have some cool stuff coming. So that's about it. We've been busy. We are very busy, and we've made a lot of progress. We have a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipeline, and stay tuned for more updates. I'm excited to work at TrustSwap. This is, as far as I'm concerned, the best crypto company and crypto community in the ecosystem right now. So stay tuned, and that's your quarterly update. Have a good day.
All right. I hope that update was thorough and exciting for you guys. We clearly have a lot coming in the pipeline, 1,000 irons in the fire, and that's exactly how we like it. The more diverse we can be as an ecosystem, the more resilient we can become. Multiple products and services that continually run themselves. Software as a service is a phenomenal thing, and that's really where we're aiming for. I could go into more detail on how I'm excited about so many of these different products and services, but I'll take the opportunity now to just briefly touch upon two things that were not necessarily talked about in these updates, one being long-term staking pool and the other barter contracts. Let's first start with the barter contracts, which is already live. So if you're not familiar with barter contracts, it's just launched live within the last month. This allows you to purchase swap at a discount. So you can go to the TrustSwap dashboard right now and get swap at a 4, 6, 8, or 10% discount. The catch or the caveat is that the higher your discount, the longer you just have to keep your swap stake. So you could say, hey, listen, I want a 4% discount in exchange for a 2-week waiting period, or you could get a 10% discount in exchange for a 4-month waiting period. So we have that available on Ethereum. We have that available on Polygon. All you have to do is go through KYC, through Securitants. If you've already done KYC with one of our previous Launchpads, you're good to go. Once you've done your KYC, there may be a 24-hour waiting period as the site just updates. And then from there, it's smooth sailing. You can purchase your barter contract, get your discount, and all gravy from there. Also, we have the long-term staking pool. The contract code itself is completely finalized and has been for a while now, as well as fully audited and secure. We're just finalizing some updates on the front end. The date of this recording is March 19th. So I anticipate front end should definitely be ready and everything to be deployed by, as we mentioned and aimed for, Q1 of this year, which is, about another 10 more days. If we do not want to push things, we'd love to get things in Q1 so that we can, honor our word and our commitment. However, there may be, let's say, a 5-day delay or something as we just refine and fine-tune a couple things. We will be launching the long-term staking pool across 4 blockchains: Avalanche, BSC, Polygon, and ETH. Each one of these blockchains will have an equal amount of swap allocated into them. So that means that if there's more people staking in ETH and less people staking on BSC, the APY on the BSC chain will be higher. So keep that in mind, to just keep your eye, and we'll have updated stats on which chain has how much staked so that you can understand, okay, maybe I should, bridge my swap over to this chain, receive a higher APY, things of that nature. So that being said, there's a lot going on. I'm sure you digested a ton of information in this AMA. So we're going to have a form below. It's going to be in the YouTube comments. If you're seeing this on Twitter, we'll link it in the comment thread. If you're seeing this on Telegram, we'll have it linked there as well. Throw your questions into the AMA. Stands for Ask Me Anything, and you can ask me whatever you want about TrustSwap, and I'll go through these questions and reply to them in video again by the end of March. We'll just aggregate the questions. I'll pop in and give those answers. A lot going on, a lot of exciting things. Back on long-term staking pool to finalize, we've had a couple votes. Over 50% of people said they're ready to stake for 5 years. 80% of people are looking to stake for over 1 year. So we're going to be seeing a ton of swap come out of the circulating supply for a very long time. Really incredible stuff for our tokenomics. And so we're excited to deploy that live, and another step forward in the advancement of the TrustSwap ecosystem. All right, guys, thanks a lot. See you next time.